Hello everyone. In this today's class, we will discuss about Module 4 topics of microcontroller and embedded system. Here we have Module 4 syllabus. In this previous video sections, we completed our some of this syllabus, that is characteristic and quality attributes, operational and non-operational quality attributes. We completed in the previous class. Now in this video class, we are mainly concentrating on some of the methods, that is computational models in embedded design. Computational models in embedded design are coming under this hardware software co-design and program modeling. Basic thing about hardware software co-design and program modeling we completed in the previous video lecture. Let us start that topic. So before that, for any more information, you can refer Introduction to Embedded System textbook, which is written by Shibu KV. Computational models in embedded design. Here mainly this is the part of the hardware and software co-design, and here what are the different computational models we have in embedded design. Computational models, so in order to go for model, in order to create your model, so we already seen in the previous video lecture, so some of the fundamental issues of hardware software co-design is selecting a model, selecting architecture, selecting language, like that we have 4 to 5 fundamental issues. Here mainly we have to go for how to go for models, how to create in models, that is a selecting model. That is the first thing we have in fundamental issue. So that related to that, we have one topic here, that is a computational models. Now here some of the models is given, and how to create that model, that things also they explained in your syllabus. Now first one is a data flow graph, DFG, short form is DFG model. Then state machine model, then concurrent process model, sequential process model, object oriented model. Now we are going to see some of the basic and main model in this video lecture. Now first let us go for data flow graph, that is a DFG model, data flow graph, DFG. Data flow graph or DFG model translates the data processing requirements into a data flow graph. We are using this model which converts a data processing requirements. What are the requirements for data processing? That into some graph. So that is called data flow graph. This model emphasizes on the data and operation on the data, which transforms the input data to output data. Here we are going to perform some operation on data, and after operation that will give some output. So here you can see this diagram. This is actually your data flow graph. We are going to concentrate about this in the next line. So indeed, data flow graph is a visual model in which the operation on the data is represented using a block and data flow is represented with using arrows. See this graph or model carefully. So whatever here sentence given here, which the operation on the data, that is your process. What are the variables we have? A, B, C, that are the thing we have variables. Okay, is represented using a block. That means here we have block, that is your operation. We are going to perform this operation on this. Okay, and represented using a block, that is a circle, that is operation to be performed, and data flow is represented using arrows. Data flow is represented using arrows. Which is data flow? Here we have data A, B. Okay, that is a data. We are going to apply that data here. That means we are going to perform some operation on that data, and after operation we are going to get some data, that is output data, that is also represented with arrow mark. And whatever what is the meaning of that arrow mark? An inward arrow to the process. An inward arrow to the process, that means inside, that means arrow mark we have like this. This is inward arrow to the process or circle represents input data, and data flow node and outward arrow from the process represent output data. Outward arrow is output data, inward arrow is input data for that particular circle, or this is actually process operation. Here x is equal to a plus b. We are going to perform an operation x. This is your x. X is the output. In order to get x output, we are going to perform this operation on a and b. So meaning of this is a plus b. You will get answer x. And how to get answer y? Y is equal to x minus c. X is the answer of this one, this process, and that answer or output is given to input as another process. For that another input be given. So x and this operation c, you will get another output. This output is named as y. This method is called data flow graph. How your data is flow from one end to last end, that is a dead end. Here input end to output end. How this data is flowed. That model we can call it as data flow model. Now let us go for another model part, that is second one, control data flow graph. That is short form is CDFG, control data flow graph. CDFG contains both data flow node and decision node, whereas DFG contain only data flow node. In the previous, I will go for that previous slide. Here this is your process, or that is called data flow node. You can see here this is called data flow node and this is called data flow node, and arrow mark is a data flow. We have only this much in your data flow DFG, but in the CDFG control, first thing is control. So we have one control option, that is called decision option, decision node. That is the one extra node we have in CDFG. If flag is equal to 1, x is equal to a plus b, else y is equal to a minus b. In the previous a plus b we are going to perform here and getting x. That x we are going to pass through another data flow node with c, getting y. That thing we are going to perform here, same thing like this. We are going to use one, what is this, diamond. So the control node is represented by a diamond, which is decision making element in formal flow chart based design. We are using one diamond block here with this data flow node, that is called control node. This is called control node and this is called data flow node. And operation is same as previous explanation, but we are using one extra one, that is called control node. Operation is if flag is equal to 1, here we are using flag. If flag is equal to 1, that's why this is called decision making. So if that is true, you will get one thing. If it is false, you will get another thing. So that is a decision making. Flag is equal to 1 if yes or no, or you can call it as a true or false. If flag is equal to 1, if that is true, here the representative, if that is true, then here A added with B and you will get answer here. That answer is A plus B. X is equal to A plus B. This is called X. Now, if that flag decision, that is a decision making, is false, flag is equal to 1 is false, then here you will get operation is A minus B and you will get another answer Y. That is the condition here. Flag is equal to 1, X is equal to A plus B, else Y is equal to A minus B. If flag is equal to 1, you will perform one operation. Flag is equal to 0, you will perform another operation. You are not going to perform this one. So both operations are separate. Now this is your control data flow graph with the extra one, that is a control node and data flow node also there. Another method is state machine model. So what do you mean by state machine model? The state machine model is used for modeling reactive or event driven embedded systems whose processing behavior are dependent on the state transition. So a state machine model, it is actually we have states here. Okay, so it is a model. He is used for modeling reactive or event driven embedded system. Event driven. So any embedded system is switch on or switch off or work based on some event, then that is called event driven. So one device is on after some happening some event, or that particular embedded system will off after particular event occurs. So that is called event driven. And reactive also. Reaction should be there. Whose processing behavior are dependent on state transition. So there is a state, that state will change based on event. Many states are there, that's why here state machine, that all states changes each other based on some event. That is called state machine model. The state machine model describe the system behavior with states, events, actions and transitions. We have these four things in our state machine model. One is state is there, different states are there, and that another one is event. Events are the input for the state. If that event will occur, then only state will change. Okay, so event. Then we have action. Action to be performed. Action or activity to be performed. So that is called action. Then we have transition. Transition is movement from one state to another state. That is a transition, changes. Here we have these four things combinedly called state machine. State is a representation of current situation. This state means representation of present or current situation. Then event is an input to the state. Event is input to the state. The event act as a stimuli for state transition. State is transition is there means that is a event is applied to state, then only that is a transition. Transition is movement from one state to another state. One state to another state movement is called transition. Action is an activity to be performed by the state machine. Action means whichever activity performed by the particular state machine. Now, a finite state machine FSM model is one in which the number of states are finite. So these are the explanation of state machine we seen here. Now what do you mean by finite state machine? Number of state are finite means then that is called finite state machine. We have another one, infinite state machine, that means number of states are infinite. Here they given about finite state machine. Now let us go for one of the example, design of an embedded system for driver passenger seat belt system or seat belt warning system in an automotive using the FSM model. Automotive means automobile side, that means car, okay, any vehicles that area. Using the FSM model, you have to use a finite state machine model. State machine model means it contains events, actions, transition and state. Finite means number of states are finite, so that is combinedly called FSM. By using FSM model, you have to design one embedded system of seat belt warning. You know your seat belt warning system in your vehicle. If the driver came inside that particular car, that will that driver should put seat belt. Otherwise, there is a chance of buzzer. In many of the car, there is a buzzer because seat belt is not put properly. So you will get one buzzer there. Here concept is, so this is actually whatever diagram given here, this is actually state model, okay, state model. So that is not finite state machine, just a state model they given here. Now we will, in order to understand the concept, first we have to go for state model, then we can write finite state machine model. Now we will go for that. First, alarm is off, right? Initially when car is you are not into the car, that time alarm is off. Now you are inside the car, now you are opening door and you are sitting inside the car. Now you are switch on your vehicle, that means your ignition is there. Now switch on your vehicle, ignition key is on means you are switch on the vehicle. At that time it takes some time, that means there is a timer and timer is on. Once your ignition is on, timer also on, and it will take some time, that is called waiting. Okay, it takes some time for what? For alarm. It will take some time for alarm. So here waiting. Now wait, that waiting time, consider suddenly your switch is off, that means your car again you are making off, that is called ignition key is off, your key is off. Now suddenly that again alarm off. Now again alarm is not on. Now you are just switch on your ignition. When you switch on your ignition, suddenly there is a timer set, that means that there is a waiting time. At that time we don't have any buzzer, we don't have, listening any buzzer sound there, just waiting time is there. Suddenly in that time itself, that time is very small time in terms of seconds. At that time suddenly you switch on your vehicle, that means ignition key is off, then that procedure to make alarm on, right, that becomes off. One thing. Otherwise, when alarm off, your seat belt on. You are putting your seat belt at that time, then also alarm off. The waiting time will not produce any alarm. Anyway, we have 2 second time. Within that 2 second time, two situation will happen. One is either you will switch off your vehicle, then also alarm off. Otherwise in that 2 second time you are putting your seat belt, then also alarm off. If you are not doing this both, either ignition key is off or seat belt on, you are not doing anything, that means you are not switching off your vehicle or you are not putting your seat belt, at that time there is a timer. Okay, waiting time means there is a timer. The timer count will expire. That means timer countdown becomes 0. Once that is 0, suddenly alarm become on. That waiting time, again I will repeat, very small time, either 2 second, 5 second, only that much time is there. Depend on vehicle. So once that alarm is when one alarm on, that timer expires, that waiting over, then timer expires, alarm is on. Because till now you not put your seat belt and you not switch off your vehicle, so alarm is on. Why alarm is on? That is a seat belt warning. You have to put, driver has to put seat belt, that is the alarm. Now once alarm is on, when alarm is off, two things, either alarm time expires, either alarm time will expire, or second thing is seat belt is on. Alarm time expire, at that time alarm off. Otherwise when alarm on, you are going to put your seat belt, then also alarm off. Or when alarm on, you switch off your vehicle or ignition key is off, then also alarm is off. So these are the three states we have. One is alarm off, one is waiting, one is alarm on. So this is the flow. Just what are the actions? So we will see that FSM model for this particular warning, that is seat belt warning system. So this is, I think you understood this concept. Just this is a state model, but they asked FSM model. So we will try to write FSM model using this state model like this. So how to write state model? So now we will see that state model. First thing is alarm off. So we are going to convert these things to state, like initially idle position, then we have ready position, then running position. That waiting position we can call it as the ready state, and when that is alarm on position is called running state. Okay, and alarm off condition is called idle state. These three states are there in seat belt warning system. Now what is the action and what is the event? You know, in the previous slide we seen what is in the state machine slide, event is the input for state. So we have to give event for that particular state. Now initially consider alarm is off, idle condition. Now some event will happen. What event? Load timer. Now you are opening your vehicle and switch on your vehicle. At that time timer is loaded, and what is the action will happen? Action will taken by state machine, and what is that action? The timer count will set there. Timer, you have to load timer, event is load timer, timer count is set here, and that is the input for your ready. Now ready means This is the input here. Now what is the output here? Event is start timer. So when you are ready, or when here this state, I'm just connect with this state. Okay, event is start timer, action is a decrement count. Now here you are switch on your vehicle, here you are switch on your vehicle. At that time, here you are loaded your timer, it is waiting for, that is a ready state, it goes to ready state. Now in the ready state also you not added your seat belt, or you not put your seat belt. At that time suddenly timer will on, event is start timer, and there is a decrement, right? Decrement count, one by one count will decrease, count will decrease. So what is that? Timer, it is a waiting till now, till this state alarm is not on. Remember, same thing here, whatever we seen, same thing. So there is a, initially you are inside the vehicle, one inside the vehicle, it is waiting for 2 seconds, right? That will happen here, it is waiting for 2 seconds, there is a your loading time, 2-second time you are loading, time load you have to load in timer, then new count, that is a 2 second we have to load action, then it is off, there is a timer will start, and 2 second it will start decreasing one by one count, and when it reaches 0 second suddenly your alarm is on, that is a running. Now here your alarm is on, that is in running state. Now what is the next action and events? Here this is idle condition, from alarm on to idle condition, what is the thing? Event is stop timer or timer expire. That means you are going to add your seat belt in this condition. Okay, there are three actions, one is either you have to put seat belt, or alarm will expire, or ignition key is off. Any one of the condition will happen to go from alarm on to alarm off condition. If any one of the condition will happen, then definitely it will go to alarm on to alarm off. So running state to idle state you have to go, means any one of the conditions should be occur. So even event is stop timer, here they given stop timer or timer expires, here that same thing, right? Timer expires, event is timer expires, or there you have to stop timer, you can write stop timer here, any one of the thing you can write in the event part. Now what is the action should taken by state machine? You have to stop timer, but what is the action? How to stop timer? Timer can be switch off by using interrupt. So timeout interrupt you have to make active, then your timer will switch off. Again initially your position in idle position, when you are load idle, you are inside the vehicle, you are opening your door, then now consider you are opening your door of the car, suddenly your timer will active, that is the event, load timer. And what is the action? It will load some count, that means you are after opening your door there is a 5 second time, within 5 second time you have to put seat belt, then alarm won't happen. Okay, otherwise alarm will, you are getting some buzzer sound. Okay, here event load timer, action new count, and here waiting state, that is called ready state. Now here also you have not added your seat belt, again start timer, there is a timer, and that timer will start in the ready state. Till here timer won't start, timer will start here. And decrement counter, decrement your count of the time, when it reaches 0 suddenly your alarm will on, and that alarm will off when timer will stop, then alarm is off. So just this is your FSM model for this seat belt warning system. In exam they may ask FSM model for seat belt warning system, so you have to write this one. This one you can take only for reference purpose, but you have to mention this diagram in exams. 3 states are there: event, action, you have to mention, because that is a FSM model. Now second example given here related to FSM. Design an automatic tea coffee vending machine based on FSM model for the following requirement. Tea coffee vending machine. Here we have states. You know what is a tea coffee vending machine. You are going, consider you are going to some railway station or airport. There we have tea coffee vending machine. In that tea coffee vending machine you can choose whichever you want, tea or coffee, you will get that, but you have to pay that. How much you have to pay, that is decided by that machine itself. That initially we have the display there, this much you have to pay. Okay, now consider the operation, how we are going to get our tea or coffee. You are near the vending machine. Now you have to put coin. You have to put coin there. When you are going to put coin, there in the screen, either LED or LCD screen you will have. So there you will get one message. That means you have to choose user. You have to choose you want tea or coffee. Initially that's nothing is there in screen. That is waiting. You are that vending machine is waiting for some user. Now you are going there, you are putting some coin there inside the vending machine. Now that suddenly that display will ask you, that is vending machine will ask you that you need tea or coffee. That option you will get only after putting coin. Now user, that is you, have to enter either you need tea or coffee. That option you have to enter. Click on that tea, then press yes, or click on that coffee and press yes. When you are doing like that, immediately your tea or coffee you will get in another side of the machine. So this is a procedure we have in the tea or coffee vending machine. Now how to convert that operation to FSM model. We are written here some of the states. There are 4 states are there. What are the states we written here? State A means wait for the coin. State B means wait for the user input. State C means dispense tea, dispense coffee. These are the 4 states we have. First, wait for a coin. That means that machine is waiting for coin initially. Once you are adding your coin, then suddenly that will ask user input, either tea or coffee. You are pressing your option, then that will give either tea or coffee. So these are the main 4 states in the vending machine. So you have to mention state A is like that, state B, state C, state D. Now start your state A. That means first we will start with state A. Wait for a coin. Now initially state A is waiting for coin. Now you are going near the machine and event, that is you are putting, you insert a coin, you are putting coin. Once you are adding coin inside vending machine, then what is the action? Yes, okay, coin is added inside that, that is action is okay. Event is insert coin, action is okay. Then if that is okay, then only it is goes to second part, that is wait for the user input. That means once you added your coin, then that is goes to wait for a user input. Now consider you are adding coin, suddenly you don't want that tea or coffee anything, you want to cancel that option. So if you cancel that option, that is the event cancelled. Now you added coin, suddenly you cancelled before selecting tea or coffee, suddenly you cancelled that, you pressed cancel button. At that time you again come to wait for coin, and coin will come outside because you not choose anything, right? So coin will come outside. Here cancel the button, event, coin outside, action. Action performed by the state machine is coin out. Event performed by the user is cancel button. Okay, here event performed by the user is insert coin. Action taken by state machine is okay. That is okay means that comes to next state, wait for a coin. Now consider you are waiting for you already added your coin and you are getting one screen there. Okay, now here you are here. Now in this screen you are getting two options, either tea or coffee. Then in the lower side you have another option called either press yes. Okay, now you are choosing tea, you are choosing tea and you are pressing yes. Now event, what is that? T button press, that is pressed by user. And what is the action taken by your state machine? Dispense tea, that is your T button pressed by user. At that time action taken by your machine is dispense tea, that means it will take action to give tea to the user, dispense tea. So action taken, that action will perform where? Here in the C. What is that? Dispense tea. You will get tea in the cup near the vending machine in this part. Now consider in the you are waiting near this, you are waiting for that screen. Now you are getting one screen there. There you have tea and coffee option. Instead of tea you pressed coffee. Now event is coffee button pressed. And what is the action taken by state machine? Dispense coffee. Action taken, and that action will successful where? Here. That means here user will get that coffee in cup. That is the dispensed coffee is the state D. So here you will get that coffee. Now here you got that coffee, you taken that. Then what is the next action? Event coffee dispensed, right? You got that coffee dispensed. So what is the action? Done or successfully completed. Okay, then event is coffee dispensed, action taken by state machine is done. If you taken tea, same thing, event is tea dispensed, action taken, done. Otherwise if this state is not there or this event or action is not there, you are in dispense tea itself, because you can't come to again main screen. This is there in your ATM also, right? Once you use your ATM, that come to main screen again, that is a welcome screen again. So that action, that is a dispensed, your whatever required is dispensed, means that comes to main screen again. So that option we have to give, otherwise there we have to stuck, that option will stuck there. Instead of that we have that machine will come to original state. So this is your FSM model for tea coffee vending machine. So this also FSM model. Here we have event, action, states. So if they asked in exam, you have to write this diagram for tea coffee vending machine. Now we will go for another one, very important one. Design a coin operated public telephone unit based on FSM model for the following requirement. So they asked design a FSM model for coin. You know coin booth. So there in the coin booth we are going to, in the earlier days, now you have mobiles. So earlier days there was a coin booth. So you are going there, you are taking the receiver, right? Just assume that taking that receiver of that phone, and you are going to put coin there, because in the when you are taking your phone, then in the display you are getting insert coin message. So you are putting coin inside that telephone box, so automatically you are getting press number. So you are going to press number there. After that your call get connected, means you can talk, right? So there are some of the procedures are there that we have to write in FSM model. So what are the states? Many states we considered. What are the states? You will see one by one. State A is a ready state. State A means a ready state. State B means wait for coin. State B is wait for coin. What is state C? Wait for number. Initially it is ready. You taken receiver in your hand, that is state A. What is state B? Wait for a coin. Once you taken your receiver, that is waiting for coin. Now you added your coin inside that box. Now what is the next state? Wait for a number. Now you are pressing number. Now once you are pressing, dialing will start, right? Dialing will start. So once it is dialed, next state is call in progress. Call in progress. That means you are going to talk with that another person. If that is successful, call get terminated, right? Call get terminated. Another option is there, unable to make call. Unable to make call because of some problem. Or you may get another one, invalid number input. If that when you are entering your number is not proper, you will get another one, invalid number input. Another chance is there, out of order. These three, unable to make call, invalid number, or out of order. These are the three unsuccessful methods. Successful is call progress and call terminated. So we have this many things in your public telephone booth. So we have to remember this state A to state I properly. Now just take these states to one model. So here state 1, sorry, state I we have here, state I, then A, state B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and here B. Okay, till we have H, then I we have here. Now we will start with state A. State A is here. Now first thing is you are going to take a receiver, right? Event, lift receiver. Action taken by machine is, that is state machine is OK. OK means receiver is lifted, so that's why action is OK. If that is the input for state B, what is the state B? Wait for a coin. Once you taken your receiver, it wait for coin, right? So waiting for coin now. When it is waiting for coin, what is the next state we have? Wait for a number. Between that, what is the action we have to take, or what is the event we have to conduct? So you have to insert coin, right? If you are waiting for coin in the B state, so you have to insert coin, because it is waiting for coin, you have to insert coin here. Yes, coin is inserted, action is OK. Coin is inserted, so it is, once your coin is inserted, what is the C? Wait for a number. So wait for a number, coin is inserted, so you will get message there in the display, wait for a number. So now that means you have to press the numbers. Yes, now you are going to press the numbers. Now here, what is the next state? C state is wait for a number. Now that means you have to wait, you have to start entering number. What is state D? Dialing. If that number, if it is a dial, if you want to dial that number, that means number should be proper, right? So event is valid number means dialing will start. If that number, whatever you pressed here, that is valid number means dialing will start. That is go to state D. Other action will be dial. Okay. Once your number is proper, action is dial. Action taken by state machine. Event is conducted by user. So user will enter number. If that number is valid, the state machine will dial that. So you will go to dialing stage. Now in the dialing stage, I will come to later that. First I will complete C. Okay. Now in the state C, wait for a number. If that is valid, then go to next state. But if that is number is invalid, what to do? If event is, if you whatever number pressed is invalid number, you will get display error. Action taken by state machine is you will get error message in your display. Then it goes to which stage? H stage. What is H stage? Invalid number input. So here we have H stage. So what to do in the case of invalid number input? Invalid number input case, we have to place receiver. No other option. We have to place receiver. So event is place receiver. You are going to place receiver. What is the action taken by your state machine? Return coin, because there is a no dial option. That means that no call connected, right? If call connected, then only your coin will not come outside. Here call will not connected because of invalid number. So you are going to place your receiver. Suddenly coin come outside the box. Okay, and then goes to state A itself. What is the state A? Again it comes to ready state. If you want to dial again, you can take receiver again and you can start that. Okay, otherwise you can go outside. So but it comes to state A now, ready state. Now this is one manner. Now if that valid number, it goes to dialing stage, because it dials, the system will dial that, so it goes to dialing stage. Now it start dialing, right? So what is the next state we have? State E, call in progress. How call in progress? Dialing. Now line available, then only it goes to call in progress. If line is available, that means if that person is busy, then you won't get line, right? If that person is busy or line fault is there, then you won't get line. That's why if that line is available, that side also user is free. Okay, destination side also user is free means then you get line. If line is available means monitor duration. Start monitor the duration of the call. That is very important. Okay. Action is monitor duration. Event is line available. Line available means goes to call in progress and start monitor the duration of the call. If line is not available while dialing. Okay. Now consider he calling, but dialing is there, but that call is not connected because of some fault, line fault or line busy. That side that person talking with other means line is busy. So line fault and line busy is there. Then you will get again error in the display. So action taken is display error, and that goes to stage G. What is stage G? Unable to make call. Unable to make call. You get that because that person is busy, so unable to make call, or line is fault, so unable to make call. Then that case also you have to place a receiver, and when you are placing receiver, what is the action? Coin returns, because again there was no connection between two users. That's why here coin will return. Place receiver, coin will return, then again it goes to ready state. Now line available and monitor duration is there. That means you started your call, you started your discussion with other person here in this state. Now there are two conditions. Either because this is a general public booth, right, there are two conditions. Either you only placing receiver there, or there is a timeout, because you are putting coin. For that particular coin we have only some duration of time for communication. Here either timeout or you are placing receiver. That are the two options when call in progress. Before call terminate we have two options. So here state E is call in progress. Now consider time over, because here monitoring time is right, your time is monitoring. So once that time is over, suddenly timeout came. Event is timeout, disconnect call. Okay, timeout means disconnect call. Then it goes to state F. What is the state F? Call terminated. Okay, call get terminated. Now consider you are going to discuss some matter with other person. At that time suddenly your discussion is over. Within that time you are going to place your receiver. You placed your receiver. Then also action is disconnect line and goes to ready state. Okay. Now in the state F, call terminated. Here your timeout is there, disconnect line, call terminated. Once call terminated, then after that only you have to place receiver, right? Because here directly you are placing receiver, that's why disconnect call. But here timeout means in display you are getting one message, there is a timeout. So that's why after timeout, call terminated, then only you have to place receiver, then action is done. That means you have placed receiver, action is done, then it goes to ready state. So here we have ready state. But we have another one, state I, that is out of order. When we get out of order state, see we have state A, that is a ready state. What is the event we have? Line fault. If line is not proper, when you are taking your phone receiver, then only line is not proper, then action you are getting one display error because of some telephone booth problem or some connection problem. There is no line connected, so at that time you are getting display error. So it goes to out of order state, that is state I. And when you will get again ready state, that line is proper means, then again you are getting display is okay, line is okay, then you are getting again ready state. Sometimes it is possible because of line cutting the line, or some problems is there, because of that event line fault problem here. But one thing here, line means here we have line fault, here also we have in this case also line fault. Line fault means after dialing, okay, here in C is waiting for number, then after waiting for number we have dialing. When he dialing, then your line is busy or line is fault means another matter. But before taking receiver itself, if there is any line fault, then in the display you will get there is a line fault or display error problem, then it goes to out of order, then it comes to here. This is before taking receiver and this is after taking receiver. There are two line faults. Okay, so now this is your FSM model for public telephone booth, that is operated automatically. Okay, operated public telephone booth. So you have to put coin and you can contact with other person, and if that call is terminated, that actions and events are very important in this case FSM model. Okay, now we will see another second type of model is a sequential program model. So I will mention mainly two models because these models are repeatedly asked in question papers. Sequential program model. So they asked here, write a sequential program model for seat belt warning system. So seat belt warning system, we seen this method previously for FSM model. So I am going to connect this to sequential program model. Actually this is not required here, just for understanding purpose I added here. Actually this is your flow chart. Flow chart is your sequential program model. Sequentially your program is executed. Sequential means actually that is a flow chart. Okay. Any flowchart you return means that is called sequential program model. Okay. Here we will start with the same. For seat belt warning system, they considered example in your textbook or syllabus. So it will start with ignition key. It will start with ignition key on. So once your ignition key, that means car key is on, so that will wait for some time. That is, here they given 10 seconds. Wait for some time. Suddenly again it checks that is that ignition is on. It checking method. There is a decision making. Okay, that is why diamond decision making. So is that ignition still on? Yes, is still on means you will, that will check that is that seat belt on. No, in this condition suddenly if that checks, right, so in this case ignition on, if yes goes to next, if no ignition is off means end, completely you have to end. So no, if that is ignition is on means then go to next one, that is that seat belt is on. Here checking method is that seat belt on? Yes, if that seat belt on then no problem, end. But if that seat belt is off, that means that person is not added his seat belt, then again there is a timer. Okay, it waits for some time. It waits for some time. It checks for here they given timer set for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds only alarm will start. Okay, here now set timer for 5 seconds, then start alarm. Here now alarm is start. Now goes to next one. Is that ignition on now? Yes, if ignition on, now again goes to here. Is that seat belt on? Yes, seat belt is, he added his seat belt means yes means stop alarm. Okay, in this time he added his seat belt. One alarm is on, right? At that time he added his seat belt means suddenly you have to stop alarm. If that at time also he not added his seat belt means what to do? No option means time elapsed. So timer expired. Timer means here already 5 second timer is fixed, right? Again timer is expired. Okay, if that timer is expired, if yes timer is expired means stop alarm, because that after that you can stop that alarm. No, timer is not expired, so again you have to check is that ignition on. If yes, again check is that seat belt on. Again check timer is expired. That checking method is continuous till timer expires. Okay, so this is your main seat belt warning system. So that is in sequential program model. This is in FSM model. FSM model, actually not this is a state model. Just for understanding purpose we have state model. FSM model means we have action and events, and this is your another one, that is a sequential program model, that is called flow chart. So till now we discussed some of the programming model like sequential program model, and previous we have some of the state machines. Okay, finite state machine examples. One is a telephone booth, one is tea coffee vending machines, and another main thing is seat belt warning system, and here some of the definition of DFG and CDFG and state machine. So thank you.